Imagine the horror, the gut-wrenching fear, that has gripped thousands of families across Melbourne today. This news is every parent's worst nightmare, unfolding with a chilling urgency that has sent shockwaves through communities. A childcare worker in Melbourne's West has been charged with a staggering list of over 70 alleged sexual offences, prompting health authorities to issue an urgent recommendation. 1,200 children linked to his employment must undergo immediate health testing for potential infectious diseases. This deeply disturbing case isn't just a headline, it's a profound betrayal of trust, leaving an indelible mark on the lives of vulnerable children and their shattered families. The man at the center of this horrific investigation is Joshua Dale Brown, a 26-year-old from Point Cook. Victoria Police confirmed his arrest and the laying of more than 70 charges, including sexual penetration of a child, attempted sexual penetration, sexual assault of a child, and producing child abuse material. These alleged offences span from April 2022 to January 2023 and involve 8 alleged victims, tragically aged between just 5 months and 2 years old. The sheer number of charges and the tender age of the victims amplify the profound distress surrounding this case. What makes this situation even more complex and terrifying is the revelation that Brown worked across an astonishing 20 childcare centres between January 2017 and May 2025. While police are currently investigating specific allegations linked to a centre in Point Cook and another in Essendon, the extensive list of workplaces has prompted an unprecedented public health response. The Victorian Department of Health and Chief Health Officer Christian McGrath have taken what they describe as a cautious approach, recommending that 1,200 children be tested for infectious diseases due to potential exposure risks linked to the alleged manner of offending. This recommendation is not an allegation of guilt across all centres, but a critical public health measure aimed at safeguarding the health and well-being of potentially affected children. The investigation began in May, not from a direct complaint from a victim, but after detectives allegedly discovered child abuse material. This led to a search warrant being executed at Brown's Point Cook home, ultimately culminating in his arrest and charges. The families of the 8 alleged direct victims were notified last week, facing the unimaginable task of processing this devastating news. The wider alert to 2,600 families who had children enrolled at the relevant childcare centres during Brown's employment underscores the vast potential reach of this alleged offending. The human element of this story is heartbreaking. Premier Jacinta Allen, visibly shaken, articulated the sentiment of parents across Victoria. "They are shocking and distressing, and my heart just breaks for the families who are living every parent's worst nightmare." She emphasised that every health and mental health support will be provided to these families. The Premier also announced immediate investigations by the Early Childhood Regulator into the conduct of the early education providers where Brown worked, alongside a comprehensive review of Victoria's Working with Children check permit system. This system, designed to protect children, allowed Brown to hold a valid check despite these horrific allegations. The public reaction has been one of outrage, fear, and a desperate need for answers. Parents are struggling to access information, with reports of difficulties getting through to the dedicated hotline set up by the government. The scope of this investigation extends beyond the initial charges. Police are actively investigating an additional allegation of offending at a second childcare centre in Essendon. They have clarified that while Brown worked at 20 centres, they are not alleging offending occurred at all of them, but they urge anyone with further information to contact Crime Stoppers. This case highlights critical vulnerabilities within existing child safety systems, prompting urgent calls from political leaders and child safety advocates for comprehensive reviews. Education Minister Jason Clare described the alleged crimes as sickening, and stressed the paramount importance of taking every step we need to take to keep our kids safe. For the affected families, the journey ahead will be long and arduous. Beyond the immediate health screenings, there is the profound psychological trauma, the struggle to rebuild trust, and the daunting task of explaining an adult world's darkest realities to innocent children. This tragedy serves as a harrowing reminder of the constant vigilance required to protect the most vulnerable members of our society and the devastating consequences when those protections fail. The eyes of a nation are fixed on Melbourne, demanding justice and a guarantee that such a horrific breach of trust never happens again. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated with the latest breaking stories.